I might, and you end up feeling guilty, bro. So that's one thing I think man them should do more is just talk to each other. Even if you're not a parent, you can still relate. Because then you can, just by you telling me, now Marvin, you're doing well, bro. That actually gives me affirmation and cheers me up. But because man them, we don't speak enough, I end up bottling it in. I come to the podcast, put on my mask, you lot think everything's all right. And pretty sure you lot can relate.
Now listening to the In My Opinion podcast, the home of edutainment, brought to you by Sukali, DTM, and Uzoma. So get your drinks, snacks, relax, and enjoy.
We're all siblings. We're all siblings.
I was gonna say, ain't you all?
We're all siblings. Do you know what I mean? But they couldn't fathom the fact that, so what, you loved your brother more than you love me? And I'm thinking, aren't we all siblings?
That's not even the point.
Do you see my point? So it's like, to me, seeing that, and these are siblings that I put on the pedestal. You know, you love your siblings, you think they can't do no wrong. And that's when I realized, bro, I don't expect, and maybe it's a cynic in me, I don't expect nothing from nobody, bro. Because you couldn't even be there for me because of your own, because you were worried about, who I loved more. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So what now of a friend?
Of a friend.
Well, come on. If your own sibling can think that way.
But what I say, as well, even to do with the sibling thing, I feel like the sibling thing is more of like, same way you build relationships, it's like that, even with siblings. Do you understand? Because I feel like with me and my siblings, we might not agree on a lot of things, but I know, like, if man was down, they're going to have man. But I feel like that was because of a certain situation that we all had to go through, that we was... You know what I mean? There's things you experience with your siblings, and then you build that bond where, it was just us, and we still have regardless of where you go. But imagine now, we're siblings that, okay, we grew up, maybe we might have different dad, different mom, or we might be siblings, but maybe one went to live somewhere else, another one.
Like you split
Those
up.
times are times where, like, bro, the bond is still missing. Do you get it? It's like now, me and you are seeing each other like every Monday, every Tuesday, every time. I don't see my blood brother like that all the time.
Closer,
I see him, naturally you're going to get closer to that person, regardless. So that's why I feel like even down to sibling, like just any relationship, even relationship with your partner, but you see times you spend together, that's how...
People create bonding and people create bonds.
I can never ever put any of my family members in a position where I'm saying, pick your woman or me. Because I know how much time they've spent with that person. To the point maybe that person even understands you more than I do. Do you know what I'm saying? But I won't be like, because you're my brother, you should pick. Do you see what I'm saying? That's just how life is, bro. You cannot tell me like all of us being in this partnership together all the time, even, bro, it does something. That's how I think relationship works, bro. It's not just...
so you reckon time spent together creates
bro,
that?
It plays a big part.
Bro, in my situation, it didn't.
Oh?
It didn't. But I told you, though, it was like someone I was always chilling with every day. Like, bro, everybody knew, like, DT, you know this guy, you know this guy, you know that DT. Yeah. And it's like the moment when I was homeless and I needed a place, and the man told me no. I got a girl staying with me.
Oh, same, almost opposite story.
No, but you're always gonna get one. You're gonna always get someone like that, innit?
Nah, 100%. That's a bit mad, bro.
No. There's people like that.
Well,
bro.
did he have a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom?
It was like a 1-bedroom, but it was one of those ones where you had separate everything. You had a separate bedroom, you had a living room, you had a separate kitchen, you had a separate bar. So man could always
sofa.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And you just wanted it temporary, innit?
But of course it was gonna be temporary while I sort myself out, get a place and do because
So
I got.
Did you ever tell him how it made you feel?
Not really, because after that it was just done. Our relationship was done. I stopped.
And he never tried to reach out to you, nothing.
I think a few times, boy. It was never the same again for me, boy. After that situation, and the maddest thing was, I tell people, bro, that situation I went through, because I remember that day, because I had the vim, I'm like, man, I'm out of here, man. Like, I'm going over to, you know what I mean? And I let him go to the bus stop, and I'm like, bro, I was deflated. I just sat on the bus stop with my black bag, with my black bags on my hand. I just like, laugh. Damn.
Was it raining?
I was like, oh my God. Actually, lucky it was summer. It was sunny. I was like, damn. I went to the council. I was like, yo, boom. I tried to cook up stories. They told me, just wait. We're going to see what I go on. They didn't see nothing. They told me, you got to go back. we're gonna call them, because I was like, F these lot, man.
You gotta go back to where you just got
But
kicked out from.
back home, and then like we're gonna try and mediate the situation. And I was like, ugh, forget these people, man. And it was so mad. I got a phone call from somebody I literally just recently start chatting to, like one of my guys just like literally start working in the same place together. So yo, what you saying? Yo, what you on? I'm like, brother, if you don't, I'm in this situation right now. What? Come to my house, man. Like, literally, I barely even know this person. Like, literally, come to my house. And he's luckily was just down the road, and then went there. Like, I think similar to this story, like, his mom was like, proper, like, oh, my son. Cook for man. Man stayed there for like about a couple months until I saw myself out.
I hope
and
you still remember this guy.
All day, every day, bro. Come on, man. Shout out my nigga Banks. I'll go on. But yeah, but like, do you know what I mean? And that's barely even, and it just shows you where help can come from sometimes.
Fact.
Is like, it'd be the most unexpected place. Like, you might have your faith thinking that this person's got you, and you know,
and then
you're in for a rude awakening, bruv. You know, and then there's someone that you least expect it, and that's where God, you know, that's who God sends to help you out. But yeah, but that's,
you
but
know,
that situation,
you know what I
rattled,
think,
man.
you know what I think, that situation now, speaking of it, yeah, and if a man does that, yeah, but I can't lie, that's moist blood. Because, you know, it's different if you live in your house with your parents, innit? And you're like, you know what I'm saying to you, where like maybe you have to you can't just, you have to go and speak to your mom, speak to your dad, say, oh, But if it's like your own yard, you know, that's my yard, bro. Like, I can dictate what happens, innit? That's even worse, blood.
I hear it. It's
that's
mad.
moist.
Now, what you went through, obviously I heard the story before, but every time I hear it, it's annoying. No, I'm sorry, it annoys me because it's like, I know how it feels for someone to give you that false pretense of brotherhood. You know, when you're like, oh, you know what? All right, I might be in a situation, but I know I got my man. He's got me. And then you go
And you know
there.
the maddest thing, I later got the same person a job, you know. I later got my man a job.
That's how God blesses you.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, sometimes, yeah, I know what you're saying, but don't you feel like sometimes, like, to your point, it's like, do we have, like, assumptions sometimes, like, yo, this person is 100%. Do you feel like that's a bad thing?
Yeah, 100%.
What do you mean?
Can I give you an example?
Do you think that's a bad thing in the sense of, like,
Always
remember,
assuming
you
that
never
my man's got you.
You never tested your friendship
To that
until
point.
that situation.
No, of
You
course.
get
I
it?
mean,
Because think
that's the
about
point
it,
you're
if
making,
nothing-
assumption,
if nothing
innit?
ever went left
Yeah.
for you,
You-
you might have still been friends till now.
By the way.
Yeah, but then
Best
I'm
man
saying-
even.
Yeah, but remember, yeah, that, and I feel like that's just life, innit? Like, because at the end of the day, you're gonna go by, I know what you mean, like assumption, because bro, man was a lot younger then, and you go by, oh, bro, relationship, like, bro, brother, man's like, for years, like, we've been like, it only makes sense, innit? Like, do you know what I'm saying to you? But, but it
No,
is what
but
it
even
is.
to your point, bro, I wasn't gonna talk about it, but fuck it, we're gonna talk about it. When
We're
I
here now.
lost my nan, yeah, I was in a very, very bad place already. So then on top of that, yeah, I was already in a bad place already. So then on top of that, like, remember that situation just happened in my car. Do you not remember with my car? I had to take it to
When
BMW,
you
the
went
code.
over the thing,
6 bags,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I remember
so,
that.
bro, it was not a good time. Obviously, it's never a good time to lose someone, but with all the funds that were needed, I was struggling financially. And maybe out of my own accord, a lot of people just assumed that I had it, you know, because of the car I drive or the clothes I wear.
The yard, all
You
of
know
that.
what I mean? And all of that, they're like,
the
oh, this is
PJs,
exactly.
yeah. No, sorry.
See, that's why I can't get deep with you niggas, man.
Sorry.
Anyway, no, but for real. So there were certain people that I really thought were gonna help me. I really thought they were gonna help me. And
It was raining for a rude
I let my
awakening.
guard down. I let my guard down, and they just didn't come through. They didn't come through, and it really hurt me, bro.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember you spoke to
It
me.
really hurt me because it was like, bro, like I thought if anybody that knows me knows how much I love my nan. That was like my God on earth, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up with my mum. This is a woman that held me down through thick and thin. When everyone wrote me off, you know, all the times I was getting excluded, all that. So I got shipped to Uganda. She's the one that paid for my ticket to come back.
Man.
She even bought 3 tickets because my dad ate the first 2. She said in the money, the guy ate it. You know what I mean? Because he never wanted me to come back. My dad never wanted me to come back.
Wow.
But my nan was like, no, he must return. He must return.
Wow.
So that's why, bro, that's my rider. So I mean, so you know how much, and these people knew that. They knew how much she meant to me. And me not being able to afford to go, because remember, I had to not only go there, I also had to help pay for the funeral. I had to pay for so much.
You had to pay
things.
for other people.
So and I had to pay for other people as well to go. So it was like, I was disappointed. But then there was people that came through, but there was a certain person that came through in a very big way. And I didn't expect it. And I was like, raw. The one I expected.
Didn't.
0. But the one I didn't expect, overpaid. And it just goes to show, to your point, I did assume, you know what I mean, that these people were going to be there for me and they weren't. And then I think I also took it personal because then you start, you know, when you expect someone to help you, they don't. You start analysing their expenditure. You start seeing.
So man could do this, but you can't.
Man could do this, but then he can't do da. But then again, I just realised, you know what, in life it's better not to take anything personal. And it's just like, limit your expectations. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
And don't expect too much.
Don't expect too much.
Well, I think that's what I wouldn't want to say finish that off and I don't expect anything, because I do think a level of expectation, like, but don't expect too much because you'll be in for a rude awakening.
What would anything look like in that situation then?
What do you mean?
So you said I'm allowed to expect something. What could I have expected in that situation?
No,
And what would be too much?
I think more so than anything, obviously, I think there's two things in that your situation, obviously, because apart from you're going through things mentally, that's number one. And I think the other aspect of it is that now there's also another financial burden. The where is a bit tricky now is this, right? Expecting financial support.
You don't know
again,
what someone else is going through.
because you don't know what someone else is going through. However, I would expect transparency. I would expect closure. I would expect somebody, rallying around you, kind of like, yo, how you get, like, cause sometimes someone being there so much and doing those little things for you, like, running, you need to go and get, let me bring you this. Something just try and make you as comfortable as possible you probably wouldn't even think about the money aspect of it. Just because they're just being there for you so much and you need it at that time and it's taking your mind away from what's going on.
Yeah.
So that in itself sometimes can be even more than money. So I'm saying that. So that's the least I feel like that could happen, because I can't speak for other people's finances.
So do you think in that aspect then it is something that you have to consider then? Like if someone has let you, like you expect, like let's say it's me and you and you're going through a madness and you clearly told me you need money, I don't help you. Should you consider my finances, or is it the strength of our relationship? You'd expect me to find it somehow, somewhere.
No. It's not about that. And I also think, again, another part I just want to add is also like sometimes you need to also assess your relationship with that person and who that person means to you. So if you take that stance of, you know what, forget it, I just know now not to expect nothing, and just, because essentially what you're doing, you're putting up a barrier between you and that relationship there. What I'm saying is that sometimes you need to ask yourself, is this a relationship that you want to keep? Is it a relationship that you want to...
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then I feel like your level of expectation should be communicated. So that way they know, because sometimes, again, you come to find sometimes some people also don't know. Some people also you might think they should, because remember, when you're going through something, you're going to think everybody should naturally know what to do because you're the one going through that thing. So why is it not thinking it? Why do I have to tell this person? Why are they not using their brain? Why are they not doing this? But they're dealing with a whole other thing where they might just not, certain thing might just not cross their mind. So that's why sometimes for me, I always assess my situation. Like, this person, is this someone that I even want to nurture this relationship? But if the answer is no, then I'll take that stance of, you know what, I'm just gonna keep my distance and you can put that barrier there. But if it's someone that I genuinely still want to have that relationship, I still want to nurture that and grow with them, you kind of, I think is important to have a conversation. So everybody can just kind of know how each other's mind works, so that don't happen again in future. Because, bro, life is a roller coaster, bro. There will be another time. It will happen. So it's just about when. So it's like, it would be good for them to at least know what to do now to be there for you, or for you to be there for them when that does happen.
But don't you think it's a bit hard to have conversations with
Very
friends
hard
about expecting money?
No, but you see, listen,
contribution.
So yours is still only, you're still money.
No. Because
Everything I just said.
What I will say, yeah.
Oh, I the money. I don't care about the money.
It was money.
The least
I can't help you, bro. I can't help you.
Learn from like a lot in life, or just like people in general, like just sitting with, you can't have money expectation of anybody.
Yeah, man.
But this is the point I was making in the beginning.
No, you can't.
Oh,
you
I guess
can't.
so.
So when I say expectation, yeah, there needs to be some. And the reason why I say that is because you don't know what anyone's circumstances is.
Don't.
But what if, Uzi, you needed the money, like for example, the contributions that I needed, and then you just go see my man go buy Louis V.
I feel like this is like, do you know what's mad?
Would that not bother you?
We've had this
No, but
conversation
what
a
I'm saying
long
to-
time ago. We need to revisit this, but go on.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you, bro, it's like you can't police what
I agree.
somebody
I
does
hear
with
it.
their money, innit?
I hear
It's
it.
not like they owe you money.
They don't, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? You don't know what other problem, like, do you know what I'm saying? Why is there
bro.
an assumption that he bought the Louis? Maybe he's got other ways in which he's got it.
Credit card or something.
Not even credit
But bro-
card, but it could, do you know what I'm saying? But why is it that we just assume?
I guess I got his point, bro. And I get your point.
Yeah.
Remember we had this conversation we had this episode before
don't even remember.
where we talk about like but I'm talking about this was when we still even used to record by time ago where we talk about like if you borrow someone money, you shouldn't be pocket watching what they're doing type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's it.
Oh, yeah, I
Remember we had that
remember that
conversation.
yeah, yeah.
So and I think this kind of leans a bit into that as well. And for me, my mind is shifting slightly in terms of like weighing up priorities and stuff. Like I feel like if your boy, I don't know how you lot would think in it. I think to the point you're making, like if I'm going through something of this magnitude and I have all this stress on me, I can't even grieve properly because right now I'm trying to run around to try and find money.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly what it was.
I know for a fact within your remit somewhere, you can afford something.
That's what I'm talking
Like,
about.
how does it make me feel when I see you buying Louis, doing all these things? Yes, the society will tell you that's not your money, don't pocket watch, all of that stuff. But you're a human being as well, and you're going through something, and this is like a friend that you've known for decades, and you're like, you feel like this person was that person. How do you not feel
on, you're
away?
gonna feel.
How do you not feel away?
You know what it is? Look, if I'm being honest here, I feel like obviously the kind of positions that Sukali and obviously some of his codees, those other side,
Yeah.
they're in
That's like the
high-
other side.
Do you know what I'm saying? Them man there, they ball hard. They're not man that man go and collect tables with.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
Because I know these man are, we're going out to a party, it's 2 bills per man per table. We don't operate like that. You understand? It's just let me collect my
Put me in the
20
we as
ticket.
well, please.
No, but what I'm saying to you, I'm saying, okay, we have close friends, but my immediate, like, close, not saying we're not close, they're not in that, heavy
Extravagant
bracket.
lifestyle.
Do you see what I'm saying? And you can't help push past, like, human beings will tell you, like, me and you can be doing, like, similar things, innit, DT? Maybe I buy nice things, you buy nice things, yeah? Right? But people will be more likely to help the one where they feel like, bro, their position in life is not as great as someone else. I don't know if I make
Yeah, I
it
know
sense.
to your point, like, because we see you also here, brother, you should be all right.
You should be
Exactly.
alright. Yeah, you
So
should
do you
be
know what I'm saying?
different, yeah.
Because I
You should be
can't-
able to handle that, bro.
Imagine now, I've got a brethren here. Yeah, he buys nice things here and there, yeah. But he might be on like 30 bags a year. Or maybe 35 bags. Compared to maybe I might have a brethren that's on 120. Bro, I'm not thinking to help the one with 120. Because I'm like, brother, like, this is heavy numbers, like.
And
do
you know
see
what?
I'm saying?
And-
That
no, I-
plays a part as well.
I know.
And I'm not saying it's right.
No, yeah, exactly,
but
yeah.
you can't help
Yeah,
but people
no.
are going to do that.
No, I agree with
Do
you.
you see what
I
I'm
agree
saying?
with you. And then
That's
I feel
the
like
sad part. It's like, when you get to that place, everyone just assumes, innit?
That you got
so
it,
it's like
yeah.
sometimes it's like,
no, I
there's
agree
a
with
fine
you.
line
But man,
between,
them just
yo,
need to
you know
change
what
that
I'm
mindset, man, because I just feel like, bro, and then I feel like that's the difference. When you see a lot of like successful
Yeah.
people,
They don't
them
feel
man
like
don't
that.
care. Them man is like, yo, I don't care what you own or what you have. You're going through something right now.
Yeah.
Here's a little hold
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
hold that. Everybody rally around, hold that. You understand? And I feel like that's maturity. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's what it should be. I don't care what job you have or what you drive, or whatever it is. Well, this is what I can afford within my thingy. Yo, take that. Even if you don't need it, bro. Like one thing I know is that someone will always need. You would always need money,
find a
bro.
way,
You
bro.
find a way to
but
use
don't
it for
you feel like
something.
that's because like maybe a lot of us are not in that position where we can, you know what I'm saying to you? You know,
No,
like
but
there's
remember,
man-
his point is more talking to people that are in a position, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I think that's why he's saying he feels the way he felt away.
Yeah, so it's
like, you know what I mean?
Because
Position.
I wouldn't feel a type of way over someone who I'm
certain
not sure
people,
about.
that's exactly my point,
I don't know
yeah.
their
Yeah,
financial status.
yeah.
Da. But when I know that, okay, from as far as I know,
As
again,
far as I know,
assumption,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
doing okay. Even if it's £50, even if it's £100, you could find it. Do you know what I mean?
So it was blunt line 0.
It was 0.
I was hearing loans and stuff.
Even a lot of people would have been able to find. I would have found like a bill of £50.
I managed to
somewhere,
find something.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
then maybe that's a bit mad. Then.
So it's like,
That's a bit mad.
but the
then.
point I'm trying to make is now, I don't think I am wrong from learning from that experience.
no. I
And
think
being
that's-
like,
if you
yo,
put it that
you know
way,
what?
then
Let me not
that's
have
a bit
let me
mad.
not have expectations of anybody.
Facts.
Because you don't want to hate people.
Yeah.
Because maybe in their situation, maybe they were going through something. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't have the money. But in my head, it's like I can only go by what I see. Do you know what I mean? And the kind of guy I am, I know if you're my bro, if you're my guy, bro, I don't care how broke I am. I'll go and overdraft. I will go and take a payday loan. If I know that you're going through something, bro, I don't care. I need to help you. And sometimes, you know, when people are low, especially when it's mandem, yeah, let's be real. When your boys are going through something, sometimes the words, you don't have the words. We don't know how to talk to each other to alleviate our stress.
You just want a man to do, bro.
But
Just
when your bro comes through, bro, and says, yo, bro, hold that. Or, bro, I got you some food. Or I don't know. Bro, that's a million words. That's like a million words that gives you reassurance. So to me, because already we're mandem, we don't have the, you know, now I'm also not getting any support. It now just comes across like, oh, you man don't really care about what I'm going through.
100%,
Do you know what
bro.
I mean? And then, yeah, it bothers you. It bothers you.
And you both, on that note though, yeah, what I want to kind of talk about, like, because you're two talking about, like, have you gotten over all of these situations?
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is, over the last, I say probably 5 years, if I'm not wrong, like, right, you, like, a lot of us, all of us, let's just be honest, all of us have been through a lot. How do you feel like you've coped or you're coping with that? The losses and everything.
Oh, the losses? Or
Yeah, the loss.
situation that
No, I'm not talking about this,
Oh.
obviously, but I'm talking about, remember, because you mentioned you lost your nan, your brother, other relatives, like, I know your auntie, like, bro, like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Uncles, like, how you, because, you know, I know I lost a few people as well over the last few years. I know you lost someone as well. And it's like, one thing I realized, we don't talk about these things. Obviously, right now, we're talking about some of the happenings, the doings, or like, okay, run preparations and the things you're doing. That's what we're talking about now. But we've never actually addressed, like, did you ever really deal with it? Did you ever really properly grieve about it? Was you able to get closure? We don't talk, like, you realize, man, them don't talk about these things.
Yeah, man, them don't.
And then even us three, as much as we you know, we see each other every week, we record, we do that, we've never really addressed that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I don't think I'm over it. Yeah, I'm definitely not over it. I don't even think I've really addressed it. I went counselling for a bit because obviously, yeah, my brother was murdered. And I think when you have a murder, it's different between losing someone to like health or something like that because you feel like you're robbed. Do you know what I mean? And you feel like you want justice. And obviously in our situation, we didn't get
No justice, bro.
So there was so much toxicity around my brother's death, bro. So I don't think I'll ever really get over that. I hope I do not get over it, but I hope one day I find the strength to be able to deal with it. Losing my nan was difficult because it wasn't like, I know everyone will say she was old because she was 83, but she wasn't old, bro. She was still in the field, planting her food and all that. She was fine the day before, then out of nowhere. I still think it's because of a certain injection she got given, but we won't go there. Again, that one I'm not over because my nan lives with me. We live together and her room is still untouched. Her wardrobe, I haven't touched it. I haven't moved nothing because sometimes I like to go there just to smell her again. Do you know what I mean? And just be reminded. But then on other days, I don't want to be in the house because I then start seeing her, bro. I start seeing her in the kitchen. I start seeing her everywhere. And it scares me a little bit. Even at night, sometimes I feel like I see a ghost. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's me dreaming or, you know, so it's like, sometimes I feel like, I need to leave this house so that I can try and find some closure. So it's a struggle, bro. But I think grieving is a process. And I think the more we give each other as mandem space to speak about it. Because sometimes I just feel like I don't want to be that guy that everyone says, he's always talking about his brother, man. He's always, you know, why is he not over it? It's been 5, 6 years. It's like, bro, every day feels like it's happening again. Every event that happens, family event, a wedding, a graduation, anything, I'm like, oh, bro, Tyrone's not here. Tyrone's not here. So it's like I relived that thing. Do you know what I mean? And I told you, lot in the aftermath, I used to not be able to look at tables because remember when we had to go and identify his body, they had him on a table. And then what happened afterwards is every time I see a table, I just put my brother's body on there. Do you know what I mean? Which I've gotten better at. I went counselling for that. But that was difficult. So like I say, like it's hard, bro. It's a process, but I don't know how you man deal with grief.
What about you? I know you're a bit down, man. I remember the day you called me, bro, and you're like, I still remember that phone call till today, like just like it's yesterday. It loops in my head sometimes. I couldn't have imagined what you was going through at that time.
Fam, I don't. You see what it is with this thing here. It's something that it comes and goes, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in terms of what you're saying as well, it's like, man, them when things happen, like you don't get enough time to grieve, innit? Because obviously you're being met with this, you have to stand up to what's going on, innit? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause obviously my mum wasn't in the UK when she passed, innit? You know what I'm saying? So we had to obviously step up in that aspect, innit? But obviously one thing I was definitely grateful for, and I can honestly say, was a lot of people that was around us lot, they therefore came through, innit? You know what I'm saying? So I can't really complain in that sense, but I feel like it was more of like, that was more of the task at hand, as opposed to, like, let man grieve, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, obviously, as men, like for me, because obviously my mom passed like in a whole different country, she passed in like Feb. Man didn't get to go to the funeral till like April. Because obviously the Catholic Church, they got like length season or something. You can't do any burial. So like then it was just like a waiting game. But prior to when that was happening, it's like man had to just carry on like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying?
The gap was so long.
Yeah. It's a two months window, innit? So Ben and like, it was just like, like I'm going for my mom's funeral, but it's in like 2 months. So man was just cracking on in it because apart from that, there was no time to grieve in it in the sense of like man's just trying to also go and sort out that situation, innit? So you're just there like in a limbo, innit? Do you know what I mean? So it was a difficult time, innit? It's still, because I think, when was it? Like shortly after that, like 20, like that also like, that situation also like made man a bit like worried, innit? Because obviously my mom passed like suddenly, innit? There wasn't like, she was ill or whatever. So even like, it was obviously from a headache situation, innit? But obviously, back home, there's not a lot of like health system. Yeah. So even like now, when like, I'm better now, but back then, it's like anything to do with headache, like normal. Like, man's running to the hospital. Like,
I remember them times.
In the hospital. What did I not do? MRI scan. This, that one. Oh yeah, I got a headache.
I saw you even had the ECG machine as well.
But if I went through, bro, I just felt like something was wrong with man. You know what I mean? Even though there was nothing, but I kept on. I'm like, yeah, are you sure man's not? These doctors are not missing something, and then I just end up like how my mom ended up. So it was. It was crazy, bro. Like to the fact that, this thing, and remember before that as well, I'd lost my brother as well. With no, like, it's just like...
no reason, like there's no explanation.
So now I'm like, what, is this how like, man, them just, people are
hereditary,
just going in my family and that, like, so you know what I'm saying? That thing is like, it's messy, man. But obviously... like losing someone is something I don't think anyone can ever get over, innit? Yeah. You just learn to cope with it, bro. Because it can be like days like, everyone's screaming, happy Mother's Day, Mother's Day. You're just there like, okay, cool. Just there. Where's my mom? Like, do you know what I'm saying? So these things just come and go, bro. It's like 1 minute you're normal, next minute it's like, something is hitting, man, again. Like, do you know what I mean? Even like, down to even like maybe certain decisions that man might have hard in the past, or even like when you might end up with in a wrong relationship or stuff, you question this. It's like, imagine my mum's was here, bro. You thought man's going to mum's yard, chilling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mums can read,
helping man understand like how to Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's that thing, you know, yeah, man, God. So there's that bare little things that you just think like, yo, you miss on that. So it's like, bro, dealing with that thing is mad, man. I don't think it can ever go away. You just have to learn how to cope with it.
Yeah,
Remember,
what I
it just
normally
hit you
say, like,
randomly, bro, any day.
it doesn't get easier, but you get stronger over time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And even like Uzi, like having lost my mum as well, I can speak to what he's saying around like Mother's Day, Christmas. Let's say you have children, it's very difficult. And then it's even you be there. Because I remember at work after Mother's Day, people come in like, "Oh, what did you do for your mum on Mother's Day?"
Yeah,
I just
you
lied.
have to answer them like, "Oh, my mum passed." You
No,
know?
I'm like, that's just long because
Yeah,
if I
yeah, you
start
have to
going into that,
answer
they got to
that,
do the
I'm
fake,
past, you know.
fake care. Like, sorry to hear that.
Sorry, and then
These
here
times,
we are again.
you know, they don't even give a shit. So it's like those times it's difficult because that's when you remember, like, damn, I ain't got a mum, you know. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But how about you?
Bro, where do I start, man?
At the beginning,
Had it been England? I think for
how do you
me,
deal with grief?
I don't think I've dealt with it. I don't. Obviously, I've lost few people, very important people, and most recent was my nan. I think so similar to you. That's actually
That raised you.
That's one that raised me, man. And I didn't even think I had the opportunity to do anything because again, it happened back home. And I think similar to your nan as well. Like I'd spoken to her not long, but like she does prayers for me all the time. Anytime when we speak, like my nan, obviously, I always like she was asking for money. Oh, when are you gonna send me? Send me that? But she always asked like change, like you know I'm talking about light stuff. And then when I said, "Nah, don't worry, next week, you know what? By tomorrow I got you." And she would just start busting into prayers. I'm talking like serious prayers, like
those A1 prayers.
and yo, the
Next
A1
day delivery.
You know what I mean? And then what I miss the most, man, is like the names. She used to have bare different. I remember when I was young, like she used to have different nicknames. She used to call me, right? Like from like my. Like obviously now I'm older. Then I didn't know what it was, but now I'm older and just realized that it's like something that's like back in my dad and them lot's village. These are like the nicknames that call people from there. So she's just like, so I just realized that because obviously I didn't grow up with my dad. I didn't grow up with anyone from that family, side of the family. So it's so crazy that when I was thinking back to it, like this woman had been injecting some of those, I don't know what you want to call it.
What, like the values, the
Yeah,
customs?
some of the customs, like some of the thing about that. She's been like tradition, like she's been calling me these names, and when I'm now older and I'm researching them, it leads back to that, and I'm like, so she's like, you know, it's like she's just an amazing person, man, and I miss hearing her voice, all of that stuff, and it's just like the way everything just happened so quickly. Do you know what I mean? Like where she just, she died, bro. This woman was all right. Do you know what I'm talking about? She was good. We're talking, prayers, everything. She was, obviously, she couldn't, her mobility was deteriorated because she was like, I think 89, going to like 90. Mobility had deteriorated a bit, but in terms of everything else, she full function, brain, faculty, everything. She could talk, communicate clearly. So it's just like, from that to then, boom. She's had a stroke, heart attack, whatever it was, and boom, done. And that's another thing about Africa that just, it freaking pains me so much. To Uzi's situation, I'm not sure if it's the same as yours, like where people just pass away and there's no diagnosis of what it is, no autopsy, like what was the cause of it, and it's just like she died. They don't know why, and within a week, bro, she was buried.
Yeah.
So it was like
there's no closure.
Nothing.
There's no closure.
And because she's my nan, obviously she's got a lot of grandkids that's still alive. So it's almost like you don't even get a say, like
yeah, you don't, because you're you're young.
Yeah, and it's like this person means like the world to me, like, and then it's just like boom, done. It don't matter.
Be a man. She's gone.
Like, and then for me, man, it hurts a lot, man. But what can you do? Like I said, I've not dealt with it, but I do want to go back home sometime next year. I want to go and visit a grave, and
that would bring you some closure.
Yeah, man. I think I need that man, because it hurts a lot, man.
I can imagine. So what? And what about like your support from the boys? Like
who?
In terms of like emotional support, like do you feel like comfortable talking about it? Because you've actually never, since it happened, I don't think you've discussed it with me.
Well, I think I had a couple man them rich out. I don't know, man. It wasn't really. Again, obviously, because it wasn't a family where I think, unlike your situation, there weren't a lot of like expectations in terms of, oh, I needed to do this, get all of that done. Lucky for her kids, she has a few kids that are in position, they're doing well, so they were able to take care of everything. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But it was just, I think for me, I think what annoys me the most is the way I would have wanted it to happen, or how I would have wanted it to get planned out. Like, I would have wanted all of us to like fly back home as a family and go through that whole process together. But it wasn't done that way. I feel like certain people took matters into their own hands and made decisions, and things just got done.
It happens like
without, you know.
I don't
But
know why they do that. It's
but
like
yeah.
they don't care about us here.
Yeah,
Like they have
man.
that thing. It's almost like they spite us for being over here. Because I remember when my nan died, they told us we're giving you a week. If you're not here, we're burying her.
see, imagine
And
like,
you're
bro.
Like,
See what I'm saying,
do
man?
you think people just have money to buy tickets just like that?
This is what I'm saying,
and we had
bro.
to fight for them to give us an extra 2 weeks to get back there. And it sounds like it's the
Yeah.
same thing in your situation.
Literally,
I don't
this
know
is it, man.
And I think it's that thing of, oh, them people in England, they think they're better than us. Now we found something where we are in
Yeah,
control.
yeah.
Oh wow.
But that's how the people back home. That's when they really, really catch you, bro.
Yeah.
That's when you see That's when they're gonna come with all these, this, that, and this, and this, and this, and that, bro. It's crazy, bruv.
Bro.
It's crazy.
Telling someone I'm giving you a week
That's
to
mad.
get here, or we're burying her.
But like, it's like, do you not understand I don't know, or maybe sometimes when you see the way certain people deal with death and all these, like, is it because they're numb and they've been through it so much, or?
Just that- I don't know how
I'm
it
just
is in
like,
Nigeria,
Why
but-
is it hitting, man? Yeah, and I'm like,
In
do you not
Uganda,
understand what's happened?
Men
like,
are not
do you
allowed to
understand
feel
that?
in Uganda. You're not allowed to be there crying. You're not allowed to be there. You know, the women are allowed to, shout. and shit. You're supposed to be patting and everything. Do you know what I mean? So even when I got there and I was like, I don't want to hold the casket. Yeah. Because at the time I was worried I might drop it. 'Cause I
Yeah.
was this
That's
is my
a big
best friend,
thing.
bro. They're like, oh, man up, man. This is what I mean. You London boys. You're women. You're here. You're
Somebody
being
says that to me,
emotional.
now I might knock them out, you know.
Brother, it
You're
was,
not about to talk to me like that,
it was gonna
bro.
get peak, bro. My dad had to step in, but it was like, you're just not allowed to have emotion at all.
You're not about to
Like
talk to
before,
me like
the
that,
night before,
boy.
so in Ugandan culture, actually no, let me say Buganda culture, you're supposed to bathe the body with like leaves, yeah? So they wanted me to come in and like bathe my nan's face and all that. And I was like, bro, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
But why do they have to, like, traditions have to be you
It has
to
to
do
be
it?
the grandkids.
What, all the
All the
grandkids?
grandkids
Oh,
and the
right,
kids,
right,
the kids
right,
and the
right.
grandkids. So my cousins, they were on it. And because I wasn't, they try to say I'm the sensitive one. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, is a man not allowed to be scared?
Everybody's different,
Do
bro.
you know what I mean? You don't just want to touch up a dead body that just the other day I was talking to. It's a bit mad. It's like, you're not allowed to have emotion, bro. And I'm pretty sure it's similar in Nigeria.
Bro.
As men, we're supposed to just come and just bury, like, no emotion. Like, even when I was giving the speech, you could tell man's voice was breaking, but I could see man them just judging me.
Swear.
Bro.
No,
Right.
man. What was the whole, because I know you had to go to the village
Yeah.
and even go through that
Were you
whole
allowed to
process
be
in
emotional?
itself. How was that? Yeah.
I think, but like I said to you, prior to man getting there, I think all the crying and all the emotion
Was already
had
done.
been
Was done,
'cause,
yeah.
Bro, this is
And you had a gap.
This is a 2 months window, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Now it's just more like man's getting there to go on. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that the one that hit me the most was obviously because remember, we had to get obviously picked up from the airport by my dad and that. So obviously, it was more of a thing where man was trying to be more strong for him, innit? I couldn't be there just
Yeah.
Crying when your dad's
you
actually
see what I'm
lost
saying?
his
So
wife.
it was more of that. And yeah, man, them situations there, bro, like even now just talking about it, just realizing like how like deep these things are in it. And a lot of people are going through things like this and there's not much they can do in it. It's just a situation where I wish like everyone can just live forever in it. Because like death is just long to be dealing with, bro. Like it's long, bro. It's long. So like for us, yeah, there was a few things here and there, but it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was like nothing too crazy in it. But again, with things like this, there's always like politics and stuff in it. Because I feel like my mom's side, they not really to feel my dad like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But again, when you're in an environment full of people not doing well, there's always going to be
jealousy.
negative, you know what I'm saying, to you, like, bare, like, so it's like everyone trying to implement their
different traditions,
you know what I'm
woodworks.
saying?
Oh,
It's
you have
like
to do
even
this.
before the burial, because obviously my mom had to be buried, obviously in my dad's compound, in it, like where obviously that's where you're married to, but you have to take the body to my mom's village first.
Huh?
The body has to go there first
Say goodbye to it or
to
something.
her village, and then obviously I don't think my dad came, but me and my brother had to go there, stand there. They do all their, maybe not. I think he came with us, but you have to go there first. Then they have to do all their crying. Then before you can now take the body to go and bury the body.
That's mad.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of moving
But
around.
even whilst the funeral was going on, there was a passer. Do you know what I'm saying? Passer now that me and my brother now have to go back to that village to go and resolve. Because obviously a lot of like people from that side came, but it's a bit heated. So they're coming up saying some things that, you know, these their traditional talks and stuff like, yeah, this can happen if you don't do this, certain things, or like, you know what I mean? The dad is not happy if you do this, it's gonna affect the kids. You know, they just come with all these things. So we now have to go like back to my mom's village. Obviously, one of my uncle, like he took us back there. Then we have to go and make peace,
Praise
kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was, bro. It was long, bro. That day was long, bro. As much as it was a funeral, yeah, like there was bare passer, bruv.
I feel like they try to use the opportunity as like to try and do you believe more so is how much of it is more so the tradition or opportunist?
I think
These men are here.
You know what?
Let's try and
there's a tradition, right? And I feel like naturally, yeah, because my mom had a lot of issues with quite a few of our siblings, innit? I feel like again it's to do with, you see, when people think you're doing better than them and there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And also you gotta remember, yeah, we've not been interacting for years, like, you know what I'm saying? Even prior to that, man ain't seen like my granddad for time. The last time I must have probably seen him was like maybe like 96 till 2017. I'd not seen my granddad. Obviously, my grandma, she passed. So this is like, bro, man's dealing with all these things at the same time. You know what I'm saying? They saw you now, you're a grown man. Do you know what I'm saying? Also, there's that annoyance of like, yo, like, you lot don't let these kids interact with man. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's all that going on at the same time where...
Which is also a fair point though.
Yeah. But again, yeah, as you get older, you start to decide. And don't get me wrong, when I got there was a lot of things that man was analyzing in it. Like even you're no longer a child where they tell you things. So now I'm in a position where I'm analyzing, okay, this is my mom's side, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong, this is my dad's side, this is what's wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not at an age where you can analyze in it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And see what's going on for yourself.
A woman gets married out of a family. That's always gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? And then if you're now married out, they've accepted you, whatever, but your family side, they're not even giving, you know what I'm saying, bro? And one thing I gotta give my parents credit for, yeah, is a lot of both sides, their siblings, they all came through, like majority of them, like they came through man's household before they moved on.
Before they moved on, yeah.
That's younger sister, she lived with us before she went off to get married. The other stepsister lived with us. She like...
So that means like your family was probably like the ones that kind of made it, first one to made it out. So because that's what they would normally do in Nigeria. That's what they normally do in Nigeria.
Even one of them, I remember, like my mom's sibling, my dad used to have a shop. He let him, and he just anyhow. You know what I'm saying to you? So I've seen all these things. Man's an adult now, and bless my sister. I can't lie. My sister is still more. She kind of like the piece in it. She's the glue. Interacts to them because even my mom's siblings and that one of them still calls her. I don't really communicate with them like that because you see, women, they're more like. But we're more like, nah, you're moving mad, like fuck off kind of thing. That's how we move, innit? Like, man don't have time for like all these bullshit.
Like, man, don't know you like that, man.
but my
Like,
sister,
yo.
she's like I appreciate she's done well in it. So it's only like now, like man's trying to rekindle some of the. Do you know what I'm saying? Like obviously my sister just came back. She's trying to create a family group chat. It's cool, like, do you know what I'm saying? But before that, it's just, like my mom's side, I don't know, like I could probably walk past my cousin, bro. I don't even know what he looks like. I'd more know like what's happening with my dad's side, but my mom's side, I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? But even like with my granddad on my mom's side, my sister, we still give him something like, even the times when we wasn't getting involved, my sister was holding those things down.
I
like,
love
do you
that.
know what I
Your
mean? Because
sister's
we're more
good.
like, but I ain't got time for these people that I ain't even, I've got my own thing to deal with. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think that's something that's always important. Like, it's always good to go back home and try understand things from yourself, innit? Because if you ain't been, you just only hear, innit? And that's what it was for time. Because you're old enough now, you can analyze what's what and what's not what, innit? Do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
But
But I
yeah.
feel like even in my situation, like when my mum passed, I went and lived with my dad. So I was pretty much raised by my dad's family.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't really too close to my mum's family until I got a bit older.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went back to UG, I kept seeing my mum's grave. I think I may have told you lot this. Like my mum's grave looked bad. My mum's grave looked proper bad, and it's like I was like, I can't be here. Remember, I had a nice car, nice clothes, and my mum's grave looks like some rat. You know those graves that looks like no one's touched it for years?
Yeah.
I'm telling the people, because she's buried in a compound on her side, I want to do it at my mum's grave. These people are telling me, nah, you can't. You can't just do hers and not do everybody else's. There's like 12 graves in that place.
Huh?
So
I don't know everybody else.
Bro, for years they stopped me.
Where's their kids?
Bro, I lie. They stopped me. They're like, you can't do it.
Serious?
Then I got my nan involved. So I took my nan there to see the grave. And my nan spoke to the guy and she's like, come on, like, we can't keep leaving this grave like this. And then he told my nan that we're moving the graves. Because my mum was buried in the city, like proper city. But obviously back then it wasn't. But now it's proper city. Everyone's graves are being moved to the village because you can't sell your land if they've got graves in it. Do you get it?
So how are you moving the grave? They're
The
just
man-
building another tombstone, basically.
What do you mean?
So they're going to uproot
They're
the
not.
body.
They're
now.
not.
Uproot the
They're gonna
body.
what's it called?
Exhume the body, and then move it to the village. So I'm like, okay,
How?
when
All
are we
these years
doing
though,
this?
it would have. There's not gonna be nothing there though.
It will still be
Or you
there.
reckon the body would? You don't
Yeah,
think
because
it
the way
would've-
they bury in Uganda, they get cement around, and at the bottom, it's not in mud.
Okay.
So they dig a hole, cement it.
Oh,
put the
right,
coffin
and then
in,
put- okay, so
then
there's a-
put
okay,
iron
right.
sheets and then cement.
Oh
You get
wow!
it?
So it takes a lot longer to
Yeah.
decompose. Okay.
So yeah, basically, and then the guy was like, okay, but he can't move his mum alone. He has to move everybody. Everyone has to be moved at the same time. So my mum was like, no, this is moving along. Eventually, after all the back and forth, they're like, okay, he can do his mum's grave. But that took me a period of like 9 years.
9
9 years from the first time I had the thought of it, which was, I think it was in 2008, to the time that I did it, which actually, no, it wasn't even 9. It was longer than that because I did it in like 2022.
Was this because they were refusing for that
There was
long?
bureaucracy. Yeah. At first it was like, no, he can't just do his mum's grave alone. It will look bad if only his mum's grave's done up and all the other graves are not. Then it was, oh, we're moving all the graves, but we don't have the money yet. But if he wants to move his mum, he has to move everybody. It was bad. And it's just like, bro, remember, I didn't grow up with these people. My mum's side of the family didn't grow. So then you end up building this resentment, like, why are you lot trying to make my job so hard? What, because I'm from London, you lot think I have all this money?
Yeah, I feel like just that one. They just had to take the opportunity there. Oh, this guy's got money. Oh, you have money to do upgrades there. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? You should do all of this as well. That's what that is.
So I hear you on the bureaucracy. And to be fair, it helped me getting on the ground because then I saw it for myself. If my dad had told me, I'd be like, oh, you're just hating my mum's
just-
side.
yeah.
But I saw the difficulties. And it's not even said that they were being malicious, but I just think, you know, sometimes you don't hear yourself talking. And you just stick to rules. Oh, the rules are, how will it look? But then, how is it looking? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I was just speaking on that point.
Oh man.
It's sad, man.
It's very sad.
Politics.
Yeah,
but we're now the adults.
Yeah, we are, man, and you start to go through these things that adults go through,
And adults
man,
go- and
and
you
then
see
you try
that.
to, you're like, this is saying child's play, man.
It's not. And in those days that your dad will come home or not come home, or he'll be stressed and you'll be like, oh, he doesn't love me. Now you're the dad that is also going through those stresses. And sometimes it's hard to even, there's days where I think I'm a bad dad to my children because I'm going through all these difficulties in the background that they're not aware of. And I just can't keep it away. it's still impacting me. So I might not do the homework, or I might, and you end up feeling guilty, bro. So that's one thing I think man them should do more, is just talk to each other. Even if you're not a parent, you can still relate. Because then you can, just by you telling me, nah, Marvin, you're doing well, bro. That actually gives me affirmation and cheers me up. But because, man, then we don't speak enough, I end up bottling it in. I come to the podcast, put on my mask, you lot think everything's all right. And I'm pretty sure you lot can relate. We need to talk more.
No, man, I think we on this podcast, you know, we talk about these kind of things a lot. Talking, like,
We need to talk.
there's a lot, there's power in communication.
Power.
Man, and obviously, you're definitely talking to the right people as well. If you say, I mean, when we call each other friends, we talk about our brotherhood, where, you know, all of these things. Some people just throw these titles in because it sounds good. But I feel like that title there comes with a huge responsibility.
The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, exactly, my point. And then part of that is, you know, when you're going through your downs, you're able to share that. You're able to, you know what I'm talking about? Because there's nothing like knowing that you're not going through something alone. I don't think people understand that feeling, just knowing that you're not alone. Because it's so easy when you're going through something to feel like it's only happening to you.
Like, remember when we all found lumps on our testicles?
Oh, bro. We kept that to ourselves.
We all
like,
kept
oh
it to
my
ourselves.
gosh.
Not knowing you had a lump on your left. I had one on my right. You had also on your...
You had it in the middle.
You had it in the middle. Huh?
You still had yours?
No, I didn't hide my one.
Oh, you didn't hide it?
Okay, you didn't, but I did at the time.
I did.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't tell nobody, because I thought I was going to die. But the truth is, there's nothing new under the sun. So, overshare, but nice.
Nah, people talk, man, talk.
So that you don't suffer in
or die in silence. Because, bro, that leads to then depression, then leads to suicidal feeling, all of that. Just open your mouth and talk, bro.
The rate of men committing suicide.
Exactly, men, because they talk. Where's the ladies? For them, they will talk. You just meet a girl today, she'll start telling you her whole life story, because for them, they don't.
We can't show weakness.
They don't gatekeep, but us, man, them. Oh, we must show our best foot forward. No, we struggle too.
No, but look, listen, I understand. Man, them don't want to show feelings. Oh, you got to be hard and 24/7, 7 a.m. hard. No, bro, listen. Pause, yeah. But like, man, them are just trying to always stay solid and be, you know, don't get me wrong, I subscribe to men being men, innit? Yeah, does that make sense? Being that pillar in your family, your society, wherever it is. But at the same time as well, you're human. You bleed as well. You go through stuff as well. You have feelings too. Communicate that. Talk that. That don't take away from you being a man. It don't take nothing away from that.
But I feel like, 100%. That's fact. But it's just we need to. I think men need to actually take out time when, like, we're just talking about how everyone's doing and how everyone can just, you know,
how they're coping.
But it's just every time man them meet up, it's just always talking about. That's never the kind of conversation, man.
Exactly.
It's just like, yo, everyone will do.
Because that's what. No, but you also have to think about it. We can link up now, and everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah. So
like, you're not gonna be like, oh, let me put down on, let me start being the one to. So you're just gonna put on, like what Marvin is saying, put on a smile and just try to blend in with what's going on. But
you will crack.
As soon as you leave,
your mask will fall off.
Yeah, you're back there again. So it's like,
let them talk to each other.
Nah, man, 100%.
Talk to Frank. Talk to me.
Like, bro, even us talking about this right now, I can't lie. I feel
like relief.
Yeah, no, I do. I genuinely feel good. I feel, because I've not talked about it.
I told
on
you
this,
share
on this
more.
level.
Good. Share more.
Me, I'll try.
Okay, I'm here for you guys.
We're here for you too.
I feel like we should do a group hug.
Should we do a group hug? Go on.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh!
I don't know if I'm subscribing to this. This is a bit mad, man. I don't know about this one, you know. No. Nah, bro.
Stand up, man. You want me to argue while you're saying that?
No, we're not doing that.
Exactly.
We're not coming to this level. Fake news. Stand up, boy.
Hurry up, man. You're Colombian, man. You sassy girl, man. Man, no, that's what's it for you.
I'm already over time, man.
Alright.
Why are you turning that way?
What?
That feels like.
Well, I can't be putting.
Come in, man. Smell me. Guys, sometimes
this perfume we are using,
Perfume is nice.
I'm smelling something oily.
Listen, all my guys are we need some perfume. All my guys are smelling good though. No homo, yeah,
of the
please.
week.
Guys,
guys,
yeah, we need to start for perfume of the week. Yeah,
see what we've done here.
Office today. This woman said, oh, someone's got something smelling nice. It's me again.
Fake news. Listen,
there was only me and one guy in the room, man. I knew it was me.
How do you know it was you?
It was only me and him. The office was empty today.
Listen, guys, as you've seen, Hug your boys, man. Tell them you love them. There's no shame. We have no shame. And look them in the eye. I don't know why DT looked at me.
These man are making me soft.
And
I don't know what's going on.
also help them financially. If
Yeah, and help them if you're
Very important, please. Very important.
Don't leave that part.
Please.
on that note.
If you are, do so, please.
On that note, listen, come to the end of the podcast. Please share, subscribe, like. We appreciate you guys. We've hit 35K on Insta, 200K on TikTok. You are over supporting. We love you. We don't take it for granted. Please continue sharing, like, everything and everything. Till next week.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the In My Opinion podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, peace.